The U.S. is opening an investigation into the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Meet Silicon Valley Bank, aka SVB, which is big with startups, venture capitalists, and tech firms and had billions of dollars in deposits. Well, last week, SVB signaled that it was having some money problems and tried to sell shares, which only served to spook markets and clients. SVB shares plunged, trading of the stock was halted, lots of VCs reportedly told business to pull their money out of the bank while they could. It wasn't long before the federal government shut down the bank to protect depositors and reassured everyone that they would get all of their money back. The whole thing rapidly became the second largest bank failure in US history. Earlier today, it came out that the Justice Department is taking a magnifying glass to the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. You heard that right. The investigation is still in its early stages, so it's not entirely clear what federal prosecutors are focusing on. One potential focus? Several bank executives sold shares of SVB in the weeks before the bank's failure, making millions of dollars. That's not the only investigation going on. The Securities and Exchange Commission is looking into insider sales at SVB, plus whether the bank accurately disclosed its financial health. TBD on what these investigations uncover. In other news, the Biden administration is facing more and more backlash over the Willow Project. In case you missed it, recently, the Biden administration gave the thumbs up for a huge oil drilling project in Alaska known as Willow. Problem, since the $8 billion project has the potential to produce more than 600 million barrels of crude oil over 30 years, and burning all of that oil could release nearly 280 million metric tons of carbon emissions into the atmosphere. Yes, really. Also making headlines in the US, President Biden is set to issue an executive order that aims to increase the number of background checks on firearm sales. The executive order reportedly moves the US as close to universal background checks as possible without additional legislation. This comes as the US has recorded more than 80 mass shootings this year so far. Last but not least, here's what to know for the day. A celebrity gossip YouTuber turned lawmaker was just kicked out of Japan's parliament for never going to work. Since being elected 7 months ago, he hasn't stepped foot in parliament even once.